I'd be happy to create an original story called The Snack Princes for you. The Snack Princes. In the kingdom of Gastronova, where the mountains were made of breadsticks and the rivers flowed with melted cheese, there lived 3 princes who were unlike any royalty the realm had ever known. Prince Cornelius, Prince Bretzel, and Prince Chip were not named for their noble ancestors or heroic deeds, but rather for their extraordinary and somewhat peculiar talents related to snacks. Prince Cornelius, the eldest, had been born with the ability to pop perfect kernels of corn with merely a snap of his fingers. His golden hair seemed to shimmer like butter, and wherever he walked, a faint aroma of movie theater popcorn followed. Prince Bretzel, the middle brother, could twist his body into any shape imaginably, a talent that had earned him his name after he once contorted himself into a perfect pretzel shape to squeeze through a locked door. Prince Chip, the youngest, possessed an uncanny sense of taste and could identify any ingredient in any dish with a single bite. The 3 brothers lived comfortably in their castle, spending their days perfecting their unusual abilities and their evenings hosting grand feasts. But their father, King Crunch the Magnificent, worried deeply about his sons. They have gifts, he would tell the queen, but they have no purpose, no quest, no understanding of the kingdom beyond these castle walls. Queen Caramella agreed. They must learn that being a prince means more than parlor tricks and banquets. They must learn to serve their people. And so, on the morning of Prince Chip's 18th birthday, the king summoned his 3 sons to the throne room. The princes arrived laughing and joking, still brushing cookie crumbs from their royal robes. "My sons," the king began gravely, "the time has come for you to prove yourselves worthy of your titles. I am sending you on a quest." The princes fell silent, suddenly serious. "In the village of Rumbleston, at the edge of our kingdom, the people are suffering from a terrible curse. No matter how much food they eat, they remain hungry. Their stomachs rumble day and night, and no feast can satisfy them. You must journey there, discover the source of this curse, and break it. Only then will you truly understand what it means to be princes of Gastronova." The 3 brothers exchanged nervous glances. They had never ventured far from the castle, and certainly never on a quest of such importance. The next morning, they set out with nothing but a small satchel of provisions each and their unique abilities. The journey to Rumbleston took 3 days, and along the way, the princes began to see their kingdom as they never had before. They met a farmer whose crops had failed, and Prince Cornelius used his popping ability to create enough popcorn to feed the farmer's family through the winter. They encountered a group of children trapped behind a narrow cave entrance, and Prince Pretzel squeezed through to rescue them. They stayed with a village elder who had lost her sense of taste to illness, and Prince Chip used his refined palate to create flavor combinations so vivid that even she could detect them. By the time they reached Rumbleston, the princes had changed. They walked taller, spoke more thoughtfully, and looked at people with genuine concern rather than casual amusement. Rumbleston was a sorry sight. The villagers wandered the streets with hollow eyes and rumbling stomachs. Market stalls overflowed with food, but no one bought anything. They had learned that eating brought no relief. Children cried from perpetual hunger, and adults slumped against buildings in exhausted despair. The princes immediately began their investigation. Prince Chip tasted the water, the soil, and samples from every food stall, but found nothing amiss. Prince Pretzel contorted himself to search every corner and crevice of the village for clues. Prince Cornelius questioned the villagers, trying to determine when the curse had begun. It was an old woman named Marta who finally provided a clue. "It started," she said weakly, "the day we drove away the Gratitude Witch." "The Gratitude Witch?" Prince Pretzel asked, untwisting himself from a particularly impressive spiral. "She was a strange old woman who came to our village and asked only that we thank her for her presence. We thought her mad and arrogant, demanding gratitude for nothing. So we chased her away. The next morning, we woke up with this endless hunger." The princes understood immediately. They had learned enough on their journey to recognize the truth. The villagers had forgotten to be grateful, and now they could never feel satisfied. "We must find her," Prince Cornelius declared, and convince her to lift the curse. The brothers ventured into the dark forest beyond Rumbleston, following whispers and rumors. After hours of searching, they found a small cottage surrounded by herbs and vegetable gardens. The Gratitude Witch sat on her porch, humming softly. She was not at all what they expected, no warts or cackling, just a tired-looking woman with kind eyes. "I know why you've come," she said before they could speak. "But I cannot simply lift the curse. The villagers must learn the lesson." "Then teach us," Prince Chip said, bowing deeply, "and we will teach them." The witch smiled. "You have already learned it, young prince. On your journey here, you didn't just use your gifts, so you appreciated them. You were grateful for your abilities and used them to help others. Gratitude isn't just saying thank you. It's recognizing the value in what you have and what others give you. When the villagers can truly feel that, their hunger will end." The princes returned to Rumbleston and gathered the villagers in the square. They didn't lecture or scold. Instead, they shared stories from their journey, moments when strangers had helped them, when simple food had tasted extraordinary because they were truly grateful for it, when their own gifts had felt meaningful because they were used in service of others. Slowly, something shifted in the crowd. People began sharing their own stories, remembering kindnesses they'd forgotten, blessings they'd overlooked. As the sun set, the entire village joined hands, and together they spoke words of genuine gratitude for the food in their fields, for their neighbors, for the very chance to try again. The rumbling ceased. Hunger, natural and manageable, returned to normal. The curse was broken. The princes returned home as heroes, but more importantly, as true leaders. They had learned that their gifts meant nothing without gratitude, purpose, and compassion. And King Crunch, watching his sons embrace their mother with genuine appreciation for everything they'd been given, knew his sons were finally ready to rule. From that day forward, the Snack Princes were known not for their peculiar abilities, but for their wisdom, kindness, and the annual festival of gratitude they established throughout the kingdom, a reminder that the greatest hunger is not in the stomach, but in the ungrateful heart. I hope you enjoyed this original tale. Would you like me to create more stories about these characters or explore different themes?